and welcome and Happy New Year. I am so glad that we are back and looking forward to another year of great exercise and fitness and being with you. I'd just like to start off by explaining my New Year's resolution is always the same, and it has been the same for many, many years. It's to be at least as fit and as strong and as healthy as I was the year before. And if that wasn't a good year, the year before that. But I don't go too far back. I only want, I want my goals to be able to be met. So let's just try to be as strong and as fit as we were the year before, okay? All right, let's get started. So this is Young Onset Parkinson's disease circuit class. We'll be working on full body exercises. All of our exercises will be targeting symptoms of Parkinson's disease as well as large muscles. Please remember that this is a challenging class and meant for people that can exercise standing for an hour, can get on and off the floor fairly comfortably. You will need maybe a chair to help you with some balance. Some of these exercises require a lot of balance. So just to stay safe and to be able to join us, do that. You can also go near a wall and do these exercises as well. Some of these exercises you may want to add a weight for. You don't have to. But you may want to, so you may want that as well. Please have some water near you, and let's get started. I'm going to start off with a warm-up. You're welcome to join me, or you can listen to my music and do your own warm-up, go up and down the stairs, run around the room, something nice and easy that'll get your heart rate up. So let's get started. I'm going to put my music on. There we go. And I'm going to start off nice and easy with a side step. And we're going to swing those arms right and left, forward, back. Good, we're going to take this side step and go forward 2 steps. 1, 2, now go back 2 steps. Again, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. And for a warm-up, we just want to get that heart rate up slowly, safely. We're trying to get our joints warmed up. We want to get a little synovial fluid in those joints to keep us protected, keep us safe. Back to center, stay right here, side to side. Good, now we're going to take this and add up 1 knee left to the side. 1 knee, 1 knee, 1 knee, 1 knee. So I'm kind of warming up those glutes a little, getting the quads involved. The arms are still fairly gentle. Good, let's take this to a double. 2 here, 2 here. Now let's take this to 4 counts. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, so I'm building up slowly, increasing the intensity, slowly, safely, adding a little more pumping of those arms. Let's bring it to 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch sides. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch again. 8, 4, 3, 2. Switch sides. Last time. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. Single knee in front. Knees up. Good. Let's add those arms. Now we're going to increase the intensity by adding a little more arm while we're continuing to warm up the entire body, get that heart rate up. Let's take this to doubles. 2 and 2. Let's take it to 4 now. 4, 3, add a little more arm. Let's take it to 8, 7, 4, 3, switch sides. Heart rate's coming up, yes, back to singles. Good. Now those arms are helping you get that heart rate up, so let's bend a little more and get that heart rate a little higher. Good, now let's add a gentle kick. Again, with the arms underneath, forcing those legs to come a little higher. 8 more of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and march it out. Nice work. Let's take those legs, widen them up. Let's really warm up those quads. Come on down. Come Come on down. Little lower. Stay right here with me. We're going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it back in. Watch it out. Bring it out again. Come on down. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it back in. All right, I'm feeling all right. How about you? Let's bring those arms up. We're going to get that heart rate down. Now that we got it up, we've got our heart rate going, we've got our body nice and warmed up, and we're ready to go. Good. All right. So we're going to we've got 5 exercises that I'm going to do with you this morning in a circuit. Each exercise will be done for 50 seconds. And each exercise will be, as I said, we'll be working on large muscle groups as well as a symptom, focusing on a symptom of Parkinson's disease. Our first exercise is called an inchworm. We're going to do inchworm with a foot under tap and a shoulder tap. So here's what I mean. An inchworm is done in a plank. You can do this on the chair, you can do this on the floor, you can do it on your knees. There's a lot of variations. I'm going to show you on a full plank first, and then I'll show you on my knees. So we're going to start off in a plank, and an inchworm comes up, just like an inchworm, and then it comes back down. We don't stand up, so that's the inchworm. Now we're going to take those legs. I'm going to turn so you can see. Right leg goes to the side, left leg goes to the side. So we're going underneath, legs are still straight, and then we're going to cross the shoulder, tapping the shoulder. So we're working, this is a full body exercise. Working core, working shoulders, working legs. This is a full body exercise. A little cardio as well, so yay for us. This can be done on your knees as well. Walk all the way up, which is going to make it much easier. Then walk all the way down to a full plank. Make sure that your hips and shoulders, you're in a diagonal. Your hips are not up. And it's instead of using your legs to go under, you're going to cross under with your arms and then cross your shoulders. So you're getting all the same benefits with it makes it a little easier depending on your fitness level. The last level you can do this on a chair. And we're going to start right here in a plank position. And instead of walking up with your hands, you walk up with your legs. You walk back with your legs, but notice my legs are straight the whole time. And then we cross under, and then cross, tap, and tap. All right, so that's our first exercise. Again, it's a full body exercise. I'm going to start this one on the floor. I may go to my knees, we'll see. but I'm working at my level, not yours. So let's put on our timer. I'm going to put on some more music, and we've got 50 seconds on the, that didn't like that. We're going to put 50 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Inchworm, ready? Up and down. Cross under, both sides, and tap, cross. Okay, walk it up. Now, once you get it, don't go at my pace, go at yours. Tap. You're going to feel a nice core workout here. You're going to feel a nice shoulder workout here. And if you really get those legs going, you're also going to feel a nice glute exercise and hamstring right here, right there. Those hamstrings are working. And that's our 50 seconds. Gently and carefully roll yourself up. Yay! All right. The next exercise is a walking lunge. So this is mostly a quadricep and glute lower body exercise. Let's grab those weights if you have them. You don't need to, but if you want to, you can grab the weight because I'm going to add an opposite curl. So what I mean by that is I'm going to start off with my right leg and curl with my left arm right here. Notice on my walking lunge, my knee, both knees are at 90-degree angles. I'm going forward, and then I switch, and then I'm going to switch arms and switch legs, forward and up. So once again, opposite arm and leg, forward, nice and big, 90 degrees here, and 90 degrees here. If you need some assistance with balance, just do this walking against the wall. Fine, no problem, right? Find where you are safest. I'm going to put some more music on and put my timer on. Here we go. Look down and try to see if you can try to work on opposites. So both arms are working. We're working core here. We're working a lot of quadriceps. Nice big steps. We're also working biceps. Now, because I don't have a lot of room, I'm going to stay in place. But it's the same thing. I'm going forward at a 90-degree angle, and I'm curling that arm. I'm not swinging the arm. I'm curling, controlling that arm. Keep walking. Take a nice big step forward. Big step forward. Try to use the opposites. Look down. The opposites may throw you. That's good. Keep turning. Keep using those opposite arms. Nice, big, long, wide legs. Good. All right, so that's our second exercise. Our third exercise is a 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock squat with a windmill. So that's a big name for not a great, yeah. So we're going to start off here. We're going to go to 3 o'clock. So here's 3 o'clock. The center leg stays straight. This leg bends. So here's our squat. Here's our side squat. 3 o'clock. Now we're going to do 3 windmills. 1, 2, 3, and then I come back in. And then I'm going to do my 9 o'clock lunge. 9 o'clock, again, center leg stays straight. This one's bent. 1, 2, 3. And a windmill is that arm, the arms are swinging side to side. So let me do it with you one more time before we put on the music. 3 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Come in. We're using those glutes. Inner thigh by stretching that inner thigh and in. Okay, music on, timer on, do your best. If this confuses you, forget the windmill, just go one side to the other side. Do your best. You may want to put that chair in front of you for balance, for safety. That's fine. That would be right here. 3 o'clock, use that chair. 9 o'clock. The chair will help you with your balance and still allow you to do the exercise. All right. My timer. Here we go. 3 o'clock. If you can, try to really swing those arms. Try to really twist. One side. Make sure that center leg stays straight when you start. Then you alternate side to side. Then you come back. This is a great glute exercise, great leg exercise. And because of that twisting, we're also working your obliques. We're also working your core. Come down as low as is comfortable for you. For me today, this is as comfortable as I am. I want to be good to my body. You can take that elbow all the way to your knee. That's up to you. And there's our timer, 50 seconds. All right, so the next exercise is strictly for core and for balance. We're working our abdominals and our lower back, total core, center of your body. So we're going to get back down on the ground. We're going to do a bird dog. A bird dog is on all fours. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are directly underneath your hips. There we are. Okay. Oh, no, there we are. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn sideways just a little so you can see. We're going to take opposite limbs. Your right arm and your left leg come out to a fully extended. Try not to hyperextend, and try not to lower. You want to be right here in an even position. Find your balance. Tuck your belly in nice and tight. And switch. And switch. And this is, you want to hold it for that split second. This is not a cardio exercise. This is really a strength exercise. Hold it for that split second. If you want to have a little more fun with this, and by fun I always mean harder, you can add a weight, but make sure it's a light weight. And that's going to change your balance. That's going to help change your balance and make it a little more difficult for your balance. So pick what works for you, where you're most safe and comfortable and challenged. And here comes our music, and here comes our timer. All right, here we go, bird dog. We're working opposites. Up and up. Now, there is another way to challenge yourself, but I kind of want you to get used to just doing this first before I give you that option. So now you've done a few and you can see how easy or hard this is for you. Try not to tilt those hips. Try not to let the hips drop on one side or the other side. Now, if you want to make this more fun and again harder, you can take this to a bear position instead of on the whole fours. So your knees are hovering, and you take it right here. And you see already how much harder this is. My knees are just hovering off the floor. I'm trying to find my balance. Otherwise, stay on the floor, big reach, even out those hips. Don't let your back hip, the hip that's, or the leg that's lifting, don't let that drop. Hold it right there. And there's our time. Let's get off the floor together safely. You're going to take one leg, your most dominant leg, 90-degree angle, hands on that leg. Lift your head up, push it down with the leg. Best and safest way to get off the floor. All right. So we've worked legs, we've worked upper body, we've worked a lot of core. Now we're just going to work cardio. We want to get that heart rate, which is another muscle. We want to get that heart rate up. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just jacks. Now I'm not going to jump, but I invite you to do whatever. But let's add across a scissor arm. So you can cross, if you're going to jump, it's here. Or you can do all kinds of variations of that cross. You can stay up here for a few and then cross and stay down here, or just stay here. But I want the arms crossing. That's going to increase your heart rate, help to make those jacks more intense. And that's what we're looking for. 50 seconds of cardio. Are you ready? Because I am on, ready to go. Here we go. Out and in. Now my modified jack, you're going to hear by my voice, is not that easy. I'm getting that heart rate up. I'm going to stay up here. Whenever my arms are over my head, I'm increasing the intensity even more. And then I think I'm going to bring it down. Good. And to increase the intensity without jumping, I can bounce a little more on the, and bend the knee a little more. Now I'm going to go center. 50 seconds. That's all it is. But get that heart rate up. Come on with me. Double up those arms. You see, you can have a lot of fun with this. You can do whatever you want. Just keep those arms scissoring and those legs out and in. Here it is, 50 seconds. Walk it off. Get your heart rate down. All right. One of the safest and best ways that I know how to get my heart rate down after something like that, a quick, fast spurt, is to take one deep breath in and 4 exhales out. And again, and 4 exhales out. And hopefully your heart rate is down. All right, we're going to do the same circuit, same 5 exercises, the inchworm, the walking lunge, the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock windmills, bird dog, and the jacks. We're going to do all of them again for 50 seconds. This time, I'd like you to focus on the symptom-oriented, the Parkinson's symptom that we're focusing on. For the inchworm, we're working on range of motion. I want you to feel like, this is a symptom that many people experience, and this is where you're not really fully extending your body. So one of the nice things about the inchworm is you can watch your body. You can see where you are. You can see that your arms are straight. You can see that your legs are straight. When you come down, you can see where they are. Now, notice I don't have to touch my toes to do this. I do want to make sure that my legs are extended, straight. Now, the other thing we're doing in this exercise is we're crossing the midline, and crossing the midline. Whenever we cross the midline, we're using right hemisphere and left hemisphere of the brain. We're not just using one side of the brain. So that's important. And then I added in the same reason why we're doing the shoulders. Even though the shoulders is working upper body, we're putting all our weight on one arm at a time, so we're working full body. We're still working all the same muscles, but we're focusing now on a symptom of Parkinson's as well. So I'd like you to really think about focusing on the symptom while you're focusing on using those muscles. But now that you know what you're improving, see if you can really work on the movement, not just a perfect exercise. All right, so here we go. 50 seconds, inchworm. So I want to go full range. I want to make sure my legs are straight. I want to make sure my body is fully extended. Arms are there. Now I'm going to cross the midline. See if I can keep my legs straight while I'm doing that. And then cross and tap my shoulders. Walk it up. Everything is nice and straight and extended. Lengthen the body. Full range of motion. Crossing the midline. That's our 50. Bending down, taking one leg in front. Come on up because walking lunge is next. The walking lunge is we're working on gait. Another symptom that many people tell me that they experience is they find that their legs, their stride gets shorter. Just gets shorter, gets smaller. And you're not aware of it, you may not notice it. But it gets smaller and smaller until it becomes very small and possibly shuffling. So the walking lunge is a great exercise for strengthening your glutes and your quadriceps, but it's also a great way of training, retraining, reminding the brain to take big steps forward. So this time when you do it, I'm going to ask you to really exaggerate, really step forward, come up, really step forward. Again, retraining, reminding the brain to go forward. And then we are working opposites. That's also part of gait because when we walk, for balance, you want to make sure that you're using an opposite arm and leg. So that's why I added the curl. Even though it's a bicep exercise, it's a great exercise, but that's why I didn't ask you to do both at the same time. I'd like you to try to remember to use the opposite while you're taking these big, long strides. So with weights, without weights, doesn't matter. Big, long strides. I'm going to start way back here. Hopefully I can get a few in before I have to turn. 50 seconds, here we go. I already messed up. Big, long step. Big, long step. Think about coming nice and low. Think about keeping those legs at 90 degrees, nice and safe. Bend those arms in front. The lower you go, the more you're engaging those muscles. The wider you go, the more you're really working on gait, pulling your belly in. It's also a lot of core, yes? You feel that? There's your time. All right, heart rate's up, working those legs. Legs are starting to feel a little buzz. Nice, good for you. The next exercise is the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock windmill. This is actually focusing on a lot of different symptoms. Once again, gait. We want to extend that leg. So this time, instead of just going to 3 o'clock, I want you to make a larger clock and go way out here. Put your hips behind you. This, again, I just want to make sure you understand. This is not here. It's way back. It's a squat. It's a lunge or a squat. You're way out to the side. You're nice and low. And then we do 3 windmills. So we're working on gait, large extended legs, lifting those legs. But here, we're working on opposites, opposites, opposites. Again, making sure that when we're walking, we're using those opposites. That's for balance, a more natural gait, a more natural walk. But if you add a nice swing here, we're also working on upper body rigidity. Another symptom some people experience is the upper body becomes very stiff. So we want to remind the body to be a little more fluid. So think about that while you're doing this and see if you can't really shift that weight, really swing the upper body. All right, music's coming on. We've got a lot of muscle work in this exercise, but we also have a lot to think about for Parkinson's. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Nice and wide. Nice and big. Opposite arm to leg. And a big twist, if you can. Make sure that you come standing, come up to a standing position in the middle, being good to your lower back. When you come back to 12 o'clock, up, make sure you're standing, and then you come down. This is not a fast exercise. This is not for cardio, although because you're using so many muscles, your heart rate does come up. But try not to take this too fast. Try to really make it more muscular.
Still hanging, baby.
And there's our time. All right, let's hit the floor for the bird dog.
It's here. For you, for you, for you.
Okay, so the bird dog, what we're working on in the bird dog is really balance. Even though, yes, it's all core, but what allows you your balance is your core. So we're strengthening the core, but we're also just trying to find where we are in a safe position because we're already on the ground. So you're not, if you lose your balance, you're okay. But it's a really great way of your brain has a sense, is using all those sensors that tell you where you are in space. One arm, the opposite leg is there, and that will help with balance. But depending on where one arm, if the arm is too high or too low, you're going to lose your balance. If the leg is twisted or whatever, you're going to be less balanced. So this is a great way of just understanding where your body is in space, as well as tightening up all those ab muscles. So come on, join me on the floor. Think about really using those muscles. Think about holding that bird dog just a little longer now that you understand why and how it works for balance. All right? Bird dog.
It's here. For you, for you, for you, for you. Everybody dance. Step into the floor. Everybody dance.
Now I've kind of got this one. This one's not that hard for me. I've got pretty good balance in this position. So I'm going to try a few, not all of them, in the bear. To do so, I'm going to have to slow it down even more. Concentrate on where my body is in space. Hold my tummy tight. And I think I'm done with those. I'm going to go back to the bird dog. You don't have to do a full minute of each. You can do 4 of each. Challenge yourself. Try to even out those hips on the lift. Try not to drop or lift the hip. And we're done. Sitting back, one leg in front for strength. Head above your chest. All right, and the last exercise is just cardio. We're doing those jacks again. I'm gonna put the music on. Don't even think about anything but moving that body, okay? Here we go. And again, to get that heart rate up, I'm going to bend a little lower on those legs if I'm not jumping, even if I am jumping. Bend the legs a little lower. Instead of going wider, go lower. That will increase the intensity. It'll also make it a lot more muscular and a little safer. You don't want to go too wide on your jacks. A little hard on the knees. I'm going to go back to the center because I like that the best. When I go to center, I'm really using those shoulder muscles, chest, shoulder. I like it. Maybe double time, okay? Time. Get that heart rate down. We have one more round to go. All right, once again, get that heart rate down. One deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Last round, one more round of all exercises, all 50 seconds, same exercises, nothing changes. This time I'm going to give you something else to think about. I'm stimulating the brain. By stimulating the brain, we're using the brain function. We're working on memory, working on focus. We're also working a lot on balance because balance, when your brain is doing one thing and you're walking or whatever, you have to be aware and be able to think of a lot of things at once. You have to be able to know your environment, see what's ahead of you, in front of you. So it'll strengthen your brain function and allow you for better balance. And it's kind of a fun thing to do. Okay, so the first thing, we're going to do the inchworm. And every time you come into that plank, I want you to think of a common, it's New Year's, so we have a New Year's theme here, a common New Year's resolution. So just when you're in the plank, think of one, then do your inchworm, come back to the plank, think of another one, do your leg, do your arms, come back down to the inchworm, come back to the plank. Another New Year's resolution. So whenever you're in the plank, one New Year's resolution. All right, that'll get you thinking. It doesn't have to be your New Year's resolution. It can be things that other people, or common New Year's resolutions. So the music is on, our timer is on. I'm going to do it this time on my knees, just to show you another way to do this. In a plank, up, walking all the way to a full extension, arms are under, cross, cross, tap, and a New Year's resolution. Up, back, tighten up the belly. Remember what we're working on? A lot of core. We're working on full extension of those muscles. And you're trying to think of New Year's resolutions in the middle of everything else. Here's your timer. Bend the knees, one leg in front, hands on. Come on up. Walking lunges are next. This time, the year is 2021. So let's do multiples of 21. So starting with 21, then add 21 to that. We're just doing multiples of 21. Every time you take a step, this is hopefully for some of you, this is going to force you to go a little slower. So you're going to come down really low, think about that number, come up, slowing you down while you're still working on both, on all those other things, on the large muscles, on taking large steps, on opposites, and multiplying, or adding, whatever. Okay, so multiples of 21 for 2021. And here we go. I'm taking nice big wide steps, working on gait, using that opposite arm for the curl. Counting by 21. It was a lot easier last year when it was 20, right? Maybe not. There's your time. How'd we do? I'm so bad at math that this is not my favorite round. Okay, the next one, we've got the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock lunges. So every time you touch anything, when you come down to the side, 1, 2, 3, come up, we're going to spell the word New Year's. N-E-W-Y-E-A-R-S, and then you're going to spell it backwards, and then you're going to go back and spell it forwards and backwards until you have finished it. Again, take your time working on rotation, working on opposites, working on large steps while you're spelling New Year. New Year's. And go. Nice big steps. Big twist. Opposites. Come as low as you are comfortable. Make sure you're sitting back on these lunges, so you're being good to your knee. You're not coming forward, you're sitting back. You're good to those knees. And there's your time. Yay, great job. All right, bird dog. We're gonna hit the ground. We're gonna do those bird dogs again. You can go into a bear, your choice. Opposites, keep those hips even. Try not to twist and lower those hips. This time, we're gonna do, think of things that people do on New Year's Eve to celebrate. Different things people do. And I don't wanna give you any hints, but you can think about it. And it doesn't have to be a big thing, just something that they may do, okay, like blowing a horn or, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe people wear something different or whatever. Some things that people do for New Year's, to celebrate New Year's. All right, get down on the ground. Bird dog, 50 seconds, please. And make sure you're holding it. Make sure those hips are even. Try to reach. We're working also full range of motion here. We're reaching with the wrist, pulling with the ankle. So we're really exaggerating and reinforcing that range of motion. We're pulling the belly in nice and tight. How we doing? There it is. All right, I got that. It's not quite as specific or as intense as some of my other core exercises, but trust me, it's just as effective, I promise. Because you're not just squeezing and tightening those muscles, you're also using them in a more functional way, pulling them away from each other and working on balance. So even though it may not feel that burn that you feel from a crunch, I promise you, you're getting a lot out of it. All right, last exercise, and we're done on the circuit, is the cardio. We're just gonna get those jacks going, get those arms going. It's our last round, so go for it, all right? Go for it. 50 seconds and go. Scissor those arms, working, crossing the midline. You can have some fun and just go one arm at a time. We're still scissoring those arms. We're still crossing the midline, getting that heart rate up. Your choice, remember, this is for you. We're working on cardio, whatever gets that heart rate up. So, grab some water, wipe it off, get ready. Great job with the circuit. All right, we're not done yet. We're gonna go right now into an upper body and cognitive exercise. We're gonna work on shoulders and arms, biceps, triceps, and shoulders, and maybe just a little cognitive, little brain exercise as well. So if you have weights, grab your weights now. If you don't have weights, you don't have to use them. If you have some water bottles, you can use that, or cans of beans or something, make sure they're even. It's better for your body. Okay, and grab them and we'll get ready to go. All right, so this exercise is called an Arnold. It's one of my favorites. I like to share my favorite things, just like Maria from The Sound of Music. These are my favorite things. We're going to start off with those elbows just slightly below the shoulders. So they're not up here, they're just slightly below. And your elbows and your hands are even. We're gonna open those arms up to the side, not way back. We wanna be good to the rotator cuff. So we wanna go right about to even. Your elbows are slightly behind where your wrists are. Did you see that? Slightly behind. So they're not, your wrists are not behind you, they're here. Again, being good to that shoulder rotator cuff. From here, we go up to a press, fully extended arms. We pull down and come back to our starting position. So it's out, up, down, and in. It's a four-part exercise. And the vocal part, and I always like to throw in a vocal part on some of these exercises so that we're also working on vocal strength, another symptom of Parkinson's. So we're gonna say, open, push, down, in. Here we go. Open, push, down, in. Open, push, down, in. Open, push, down, in. 4 more. Open, push, down, in. 3 more. Open, push, down, in. Last 2. Open, push, down. Last 1. Open, push, down, and in. Good. All right, relax and release those muscles. Shake out your shoulders. Relax and release your neck. If you're feeling this more in your neck than anywhere else, don't go all the way up. Take those arms from here to here, and let's just bring them to here, and that will relieve or alleviate some of that stress on your neck. Because sometimes people live like this. See where my neck is? So that's not really going to help build any muscles. It's just going to build neck strain. So we want to make sure you're safe and getting the right muscles worked. All right, we're going to do this again. We're going to start off by saying the correct way. We're going to start off by saying open, push, down, and in. We're going to say that twice. And then we're going to slow it down and say it opposite. So the opposite would be close, pull, up, out. So let's do it the correct way 2 times. Then I'm going to slow it down and give you a moment to think about it. We'll do each time, we'll do it twice right, 4 the opposite ways, 4 the correct way, 4 the opposite way, okay? So here we go. Find your positioning, soften those knees, elbows up, and here we go. Open, push, down, in, again, open, push, down. Now opposite, close, pull, up, out. 3 more, close, pull, up, out, close, pull, up, out. Last time, close, pull, up, out. Correct way, open, push, down, in, again, open, push, down. Opposite the wrong way, close, pull, up, out, close, pull, up. The right way, open, push, down, in, again, open, push, down. 2 more the wrong way, close, pull, up, out. Last time, close, pull, up, and out. Put the weights down. Great job. A lot harder than you expect, right? It's a great way of challenging the brain. It's a great way of working on memory and focus. It's a great way of it, and it helps stimulate and give you better brain function. So yay for us. We've got a nice workout in our shoulders. We got a nice workout in our arms, and our brain got stimulated as well. So let's stretch out those shoulders. Let's start with stretching out the shoulders. I'm going to bring my chair over so I can stretch safely. So we're going to start off with stretching out the shoulders because that's the last thing we worked, and we want to make sure that we get to those. So we're going to bring those arms behind you, and I'd like to work on vocal strength while I'm doing this, so I'm just going to say ooh for about 10 seconds while I'm stretching. So come on and join me. Ooh. Drop your chin, nice job. And now we're going to stretch the back of the shoulders and the biceps and triceps. So let's just bring those arms in front. Lean into it. Try not to use your lower back. Just try to use your upper back and stretch. And together we're going to say, ah. Open up that mouth nice and wide. So we're working on facial expressions and vocal strength. Ah. stretching, we're gonna grab hold of your right leg, and you can either grab hold from behind and stretch that leg in this position with your heel up, your knee even with the other leg and facing the floor, or you can take that leg behind, put your weight in front of you, bend that knee, and you'll feel a nice stretch right through here. And let's say the letter A while we're stretching. Ready? And release. So I'm going to stretch out the other leg the exact same way. You have your choice. You can grab hold from behind. Your knee faces the floor. Your heel is up behind you. You're stretching out from your quad, from your solar plexus way up here, psoas, all the way to your knee. Or if that doesn't work for you, you can just come down, put your weight on the chair so you're not putting all your weight on your legs. You're dropping that hip, stretching from your psoas, from your hip flexor, all the way to your knee. And we said A, now let's say B. Together. B. Nice job. All right, I'm going to have a seat. You don't have to. You can take the next exercise. We're going to stretch out those glutes. You can cross one leg right here and sit back. Or you can take that leg, same exact exercise, one leg at 90 degrees, the other leg on the thigh, and gently trying to drop that knee to your side. We said A, let's say the letter E. Together. E. All right. Do you feel how you're really working and using those vocal cords nicely? Good. We're going to switch sides. Once again, you can do this standing or seated. I'm going to put my ankle on my knee. If this is difficult, I should have mentioned it earlier, you can just drop it to your ankle, ankle on ankle. The knee, one leg is straight, the other leg is out to the side. It's the same exercise. You're still getting into those glutes. Those 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock lunges used a lot of glutes, so we want to make sure we're stretching those out. And so we said E, we've done a lot of open mouth. Let's do a closed mouth. Let's say O. Deep breath. All right. I'm coming back up. I'm going to get the chair out of my way. And we're going to finish off with a full body stretch. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate you working out with me this morning. I hope you had fun. Let's bring those arms all the way fully extended overhead. Let's open up those fingers as wide as you can. Close to a tight, tight fist. Now open them up as wide as you can. Let's bring those hips forward just a little. Open up the chest and back. Lengthen every muscle in your body. Feel your quadriceps. Feel your calves. Feel your abdominals, your back, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists. Everything is lengthening. Let's bring ourselves all the way up to the top of the toes and really get a full body stretch. Let's just stay here. Hold it nice and long and lifting as high and as big as you can. Just stay here for just 2 more seconds. 1 and 2. Drop those heels. Keep your shoulders way up here. We're going to finish with a big yay because we are done. Deep breath with me. Yay! All right, give yourself a hand. You did great today. Thank you so much, and I want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, safe new year. I'm looking forward to seeing you every Saturday morning and exercising with you. I'm hoping one of my New Year's wishes is that we will all meet sometime in the very near future and do this in person. Those of you that are not able to get to Austin, maybe I can get to you, or maybe we'll just keep our Saturday mornings really special on the YouTube. But in any case, best wishes to all of you, and thank you all. And I look forward to working with you again. Bye-bye.